up YouTube? It's Remington M700 here again. Today I'm going to do a review of the ATI GSG 1911 and 22 long rifle. Just an update. I've got a white background, thought that might help see the pistols a little bit better. And I will have a review of my Tapco Ruger 1022 coming up soon here, hopefully in the next couple days or weeks or so. So go ahead, I'll do a safety check for you. As you can see, there's nothing there. This gun is made by, obviously, American Tactical. I think the importer is American Tactical Imports. It's made by German Sports Guns. I'll go down my list of talking points again, and just stick with me, and we'll see how this goes. Alright, uses for the gun. I would say mainly plinking, just because of the cartridge. 22 long rifle, plinking, maybe target. It's a fairly accurate gun. Maybe squirrel. I've used it to hunt squirrel with. I really like that. It works good for that use. Or we just go out and shoot steel with it mainly. Does good, and that functions well. Next thing, I will go for accessories for the gun. As you can see, it mimics a standard 1911 with basically everything. 80% of the parts from a standard 1911 are interchangeable with this gun, including the grips. You could go online, you could get any kind of grips for this gun. You want just order some for standard 1911. The barrel bushings are the same. The slides, I believe I read, were the same. You can put 1911 sights on the gun. Magazine releases, there's a lot that's pretty standard on 1911s that work on this gun. And I believe it mimics almost the exact weight of a 1911, which I believe, don't hold me to it, I think it's 36 ounces. It's a fairly heavy gun for what it is to be a 22. Alright, you can buy extra magazines for the gun. They're very expensive. I believe one 10-round magazine was about $30 from when I saw at the gun show. They also do, even though it wouldn't have much of a use, they do make a 100-round drum mag that I saw at a local gun shop for it. That wouldn't be very practical at all, but it might be pretty cool if you just wanted to mess around with it a little bit. Next thing, the sights and optics. Obviously it's a pistol. It doesn't have a rail, any rails at all. There is a tactical version with a underbarrel rail here, but it's got your standard 1911 3-dot sights. I like them pretty well for what they are. I wish there wasn't you can see there's a little bit of a gap there in between the back dots and the front dot. I wish that was a little bit tighter. That might help a little bit with accuracy, but it's still pretty accurate. The next thing be the round. It shoots, like I said earlier, 22 long rifle. Got a couple boxes here of Winchester 555. This is my recommended plinking hunting load for just about anything. As you can see here, there's 3. I've already went. All these are empty too. 3 boxes are there, and there's 2 more boxes that I don't have with me that I've shot. I put just this gun alone. I think I've already put close to 1 whole box through it at various times. Usually about 100 rounds whenever I can, just to plink around, shoot some steel with it or whatever. I'll probably make a shooting video of it later, and a video of the accuracy. I'll try to get it on paper for you. So the next thing, and it comes with, let me get them for you, 2 10-round steel magazines. That obviously adds weight also, but I like the quality of these. They're made very well, pretty easy to load. think that's got a couple rounds left in it. Take those out. They're pretty high quality. I only had it happen one time, but this just slid off one time while I was putting it back in holster. Not really a big deal, just slid it back on. Really high quality magazines. Though I guess to make it California legal, that's why they made it 10 rounds. But if they actually wanted to, they could make these things 20. Just from seeing how much space is left after you put in that. I know you gotta have a little bit of space for your spring, but still. But you know, it's California. Even though I live in California. Alright, the cost to shoot, really low. Obviously, like I said, I shoot the Winchester 555s, really cheap to shoot. My local Walmart sells them for $18 per 555. So you can go out with your buddies and shoot, buy 2 boxes of them, cost you $40, a little bit less than $40, and you can shoot and shoot and shoot, and you'll still have a lot left over. The next thing will be the value of the gun / cost of the gun. I believe new it is around $350, I think, maybe $325. I bought mine secondhand, but in very nice condition. As you can see, the gun, I mean, it's still in, you know, fairly nice condition. Not many scratches on the slide or anything. There's a couple. I don't know if you could see this. There's a couple right up there. Nothing major when I bought it, and it came with obviously the two magazines and a carrying case. But yeah, I gave $273, I think, after tax for it. Really like the gun. High value, high quality, really high quality. I've had one problem with the gun, one part break, but I will talk to you about that later. The next thing will be the field strip of the gun. Pretty straightforward. I mean, it field strips exactly like a standard 1911 pretty much, except you have one extra little Allen head screw here. You just unscrew that, and then there's a little tab here, and you push that, or you have to have the slide back to, let me see if I can get this notch here. I don't know if I can show you here. To that notch, and then you push this whole tab will come out, and then there's another small pin, you could see the end of it here, and you just push that out, and the whole slide comes forward and comes right off of the gun. Very easy to field strip, and then after that you'll take your barrel bushing off, and your recoil spring will come out, and everything else come out. Take your barrel out, clean it real good. Never really had a problem as far as jams go on the gun at all. A couple failure to feeds a couple times when I let the gun get dry. That's something else it can handle being dry for a while, but it's to a certain extent where you need to oil your gun. Otherwise it will start having problems. I had that happen, but luckily I had some gun oil with me. Just put a little bit of gun oil on there, kept on shooting. I usually clean it about every 200 rounds just to be safe. I like to keep my guns in good shape, keep them clean and everything. Okay, alright, and the last thing I'd like to talk about is I've had a couple, or one major breakage on the gun. That was the barrel bushing. It would be this piece right here that goes right around the barrel. I'll tell you what happened. We were out shooting some steel with it, and I shot maybe 2 mags full of Remington Thunderbolts. I didn't have but one box of 50 of those, and then some Winchester 555. But I put 2 mags full through it. Then my buddy wanted to shoot it. I let him shoot 1 mag full, loaded up another mag for him. He shot about 3 rounds through it, and then I was doing something else, or I was loading up the other mag, and he goes, your gun just broke. And I was like, oh no. So I walk over there, and by the way, we're standing in the middle of a field, and what had happened was I don't know if I have the, I don't believe I have the part with me, but what happened was this bottom portion right here, right under the barrel, all of this just broke. It just like banana peeled right off. All the internals came flying out. I think it's a recoil lug here. That flew out. The guide rod flew out. The recoil spring. There's a washer in there, and there's also a regular, very tiny washer and a rubber washer in there. All that flew out. So I was pretty mad, as you imagine, and but that was kind of my fault, maybe, I don't know, because of buying it secondhand, but still, that shouldn't have happened at all. But we got to looking, and I don't know, it was a miracle, but we were in the middle of a field, and we got all the pieces. At first I thought I had all the pieces, but I had still lost the tiny, and it's a black rubber washer in the middle of a field. So we finally went back and found everything, and I tried to contact the company, and they never responded to my email. I read about their website. They have a very small company. I'm not really going to blame their customer service, but, you know, I mean, it even said on their website if you couldn't get through to keep trying, but I'd heard other people had maybe other things happen, not specifically the barrel bushing, but other things break, just minor stuff, and they said the company had really great customer service, and was really good to them about replacing their part and a fast turnaround and everything. What I did was, that's the other thing, I guess I should have put that in quality, but the barrel bushing, what it was, honestly, it looked kind of cheaply made. It was like a aluminum type stuff. It was really light, and I don't know, it really did look kind of cheaply made out of very cheapish aluminum stuff. I don't know why they put that in there, which it could have not even been the company's fault, because I bought it secondhand, so somebody else could have put some cheapo one in there. But like I said, 80% of the parts are interchangeable with standard 1911 parts. So I went to a gun show and bought me a new barrel bushing. It's just a standard 1911 barrel bushing. I just bought a military surplus one for like $6 or something. It was really good priced. Bought one of those. Surprising, I was expecting to have to sand it a little bit or grind with the Dremel or something, but it dropped right in there. I was highly surprised at that, but it just drop in fit. That was probably once in a million chance. But other than that, I really had no problems with the gun. I did order I think it was a Wilson Combat one off of Brownells. I just haven't, it came in the other day. That was after I'd already bought the other one from the gun show. I just wanted maybe a higher quality one. Wilson Combat's supposed to be a pretty good name, so I bought one of theirs. I just haven't got to put it in yet. But surprisingly, just this government barrel bushing has helped the accuracy amazingly on this gun. I mean, it was fairly accurate before, but now it's even better because it's a pretty decently tight fit. I think the tighter fit you can get, that probably help on your accuracy a little bit. I might have missed a couple features on the gun. Has a beaver tail grip safety back here. Pretty nice. It feels good to hold. It's got the ambidextrous safety here. Up, it's down for fire, up for safe. You can see it locks in to the slide, so your slide's not going anywhere. When the hammer's forward, you can't engage the safety. I don't know really what the point in that was, but I'm sure there's some reason for it. It's got a last shot hold open, so your barrel will slide back and stay back, and then you can just put another magazine in and drop the slide release. It goes forward, you're ready to shoot again. It's got a skeletonized trigger. I guess you would call it skeletonized, or holy, whatever you want to call it. The grips are pretty adequate for what they are. I might put some Punisher grips or something on there later on. Don't really have the money right now, but I might do something like that. But other than that, there's really no other accessories I don't think I'm going to put on it. So, thank you guys for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. See y'all later.